Anyway, we got some Final Fantasy today, so let's get to it. That's the plan. All day, we're going to make some progress. We might finish Shadowbringers. That's the goal. The goal is to finish Shadowbringers today. Congratulations, Karara. You have changed my makeup and my hairstyle. Yeah, I'll get some chicken later. There's a place near me. Okay, so it just opened up recently. They have spicy chicken. Like, they have Reaper chicken. I'm gonna go get some. I'm gonna get some Reaper chicken mac and cheese. And it's gonna be amazing. Yeah, check. Maybe you should either get some armor or get better at chopping wood. It sounds like you are a menace with an axe. To quote an ancient 90s movie from Ninja Turtles, if you were a lumberjack, the only thing safe in the forest would be the trees. I'm kidding, of course. But I've always wanted to use that line, and I don't ever get an opportunity. That's from the movie Ninja Turtles. Either one or two, I don't know. One of them. So I'm excited about Reaper mac and cheese. That's fine. Alright, so we are ramping up, I believe, to the next expansion, Skywalker. So look forward to that very soon. It would be too much to hope that we have seen the last of Van Daniel. We'd have dealt his schemes as telling blow this day, and that alone is cause to celebrate. That's what I said. Skywalker. And celebrate I will. We have received word of our involved safe return. You're getting mixed up with Star Wars, check. Luke Endwalker. Beginner Packleton. Sigh. Standing around here worrying is not going to help matters. Come, we must discuss the day's events with Pippin and her grace. Brave Scions! Would that could treat you to a hero's welcome, but I bear urgent news from the frontistery? I don't know. Why don't you move the chopping block? Yeah, move the chopping block. You lift heavy weights all the time. You tell me you work out like daily. Make one of your workouts picking up the chopping block and moving it 3 feet to the left. Obviously, not much stuff is in the way because you're using it. What? Okay. Your Grace, whatever's the matter. As our troops withdrew from Paggleton, they came upon the 2 scouts sent to the nearby tower. I've yet to hear a full account, but it seems that one of them, your friend I believe, had been wounded and was being dragged away by the other. Oh no. I knew it! He was saying goodbye. That's what it felt like. I must go. Forgive me, Your Grace. Can you tell us all of Arnvald's condition, Your Grace? The wounded scout. I'm trying to keep you safe, but you keep doing dumb things and hurting yourself. You should follow my fine example and not injure yourself by being dumb. Not sit in his grave. Shurikens tend to him even as we speak. The infirmary must be inundated with the wounded. If all of us go, we'll only get underfoot. Kalia, Estinian, would you mind going after Alphino? He may need some support from someone other than me. Very well. Thank you. The rest of us will see that the relevant people know what took place in Packlethan. Still? Holy crap. Alright. Hey, Zarek. I'm really thirsty for some reason. I just drank half a glass of water. I wonder if it could be the biscuits and gravy and... Come on, then. I just hope it works. Can you imagine getting through all of that and then finding out, oh, it turns out it didn't work? What is a frontistery? I don't know. Wait. I'm here. Why am I... I was wondering why I was confused. Where am I? Let's leave this way? I don't believe in jinxing it. Yeah, so I feel like it was a very productive day. I do need to go at some point. Well, I'll do that this evening. And double check to make sure I have clothes for the funeral. I slept in an hour, so that's probably almost an hour. I think I got up 10 minutes before my alarm was going to go off. And then started sending Discord messages to people. Where am I going? Where is that? Oh, it's over there. Crap. Still don't know Roman S kind of thing. Well, the map is saying it's like right there, but I couldn't find where to go, so. Okay, let's go here. Another one comes to see the lad in silver armor. Master Demi Elliot is attending to him as we speak. If you'll be so kind as to wait. What did Master Demi Elliot say? Tell me tell me his exact words. Let's Shurikens do the work. But you're right, forgive me. Sigh. When we said our failures are involved, I was afraid something like this might happen, but now that it has, all we can do is wait. Also, I paid my bills yesterday. The big bills, anyway.
Fordola, have you been waiting here all this time?
We have done what we can. The rest is up to him.
May we see him?
I do not think that wise. You must let him sleep.
Check, she had a hard life and made some choices that are not the best. So her country got taken over by the Garleans when she was young. And her parents were like kind of like Garlean sympathizers or something, and so they rose up by helping the Garleans. And so the people in her country hated her for it, and I believe they stoned her father. They threw rocks, and they threw rocks at her, and I think he protected her. And so he died, and nothing happened, and the Garleans didn't help. And so she thought she could rise in the ranks and get even with the people that treated her so poorly. And so she became like an enforcer for the Garleans. I believe she had a group called the Skulls. Don't quote me on that. And they went around and basically beat up and killed her countrymen. I sneeze. Also, it's really cold this morning. I gotta remember to go turn off my faucets from dripping in a little bit. There's a lot of sadness in this game. And then we captured her at the end of that war, where we took back her country.
Thank you for bringing him back. He owes you his life.
And so she's been in prison, but she gets pulled out to help us because she has the Echo. She got forcibly implanted with the Echo. They used her as hi Tati Badger. They used her as a test subject, trying to give themselves the Echo.
I just wish I had been there. Perhaps, I don't know. Perhaps I could have...
Could have what? Got tempered? Don't flatter yourself. You can't save everyone. No one can. Not even the Warrior of Bloody Light.
Back to being the Warrior of Light, by the way.
People die all the time, for no good reason. And those who take up the sword die quicker than most.
Yeah, that's the thing. She's immune to being tempered. So she helps us out sometimes.
If you're going to shed a tear every time a soldier falls on the battlefield, you'd best stay away. It's no place for the weak of heart.
It may be that victory cannot be won without cost. But all life is precious, and I refuse to shrug at its loss.
All life is precious! Oh, you need to grow up, little man. Before your sparkling ideals get everyone killed.
You're right. He is idealistic. But the world has more than its fair share of realists, like you and me.
So I've heard this said once, that if everyone says that the worst outcome is the only outcome, and nobody tries for a different outcome, it guarantees the worst outcome. 1 year, 5 months. Exactly. So somebody has to be the idiot that tries to do the impossible and fails, because even if you fail 99 times in a row, there's still a chance on that last one that you can make a difference.
It's people like him who dare to dream that things could be better and make it happen against all the odds. They are the ones whose names live on forever. The heroes.
The battlefield's littered with would-be heroes. At this rate, you'll lot'll be next. And what'll become of your precious dreams then?
I mean, they die now if you don't fight for them.
They'll be gone. Like dust on the wind.
Exactly.
Dreams worth fighting for don't die so easily.
Start with a child. They don't know any better. I'm trying to remember a quote. I believe it goes like, I know what I can do, but that's not the same as knowing what I can't do. I know. There's nothing more I can do here. Come, let us rejoin the others. Her Grace invites the Scions of the Seventh Dawn to join her in the Fragrant Chamber. Your comrades have already arrived. Will the three of you be joining them? We will. When all else fails, Fox doesn't. The water's so good.
Your Grace, pray forgive us our lateness.
Think not of that. I understand a close comrade of yours was wounded in the line of duty. Arenvold.
I've only been streaming for 23 minutes. I've already drank an entire glass of water. This is not
It
bode
was
well for
at
the
the
stream.
Alliance's behest that he risked all, and we are grieved to hear of his condition. Rest assured, he will receive the finest care our chirurgeons can provide. And that you have my word. Now, we would share with you the findings of the mission. Pippin, pray relate to our guests the details of Fordola's account.
We already saw that it's filled with beastmen. Imprisoned. Like, literally built to the walls.
First Bahamut, now Ifrit. Or Lunar Ifrit, as Fan Daniel would doubtless have it.
'Tis now all but certain that the towers were conceived to facilitate the summoning of primals by those imprisoned within. Less certain is the means by which the Telophoroi constrain the wills of said entities to enact their designs in defiance of the pleas of their victims.
I drink about a gallon a day.
Mayhap they do not. If mere proximity to the towers is enough to make loyal servants of the Empire's mortal enemies, it stands to reason that the same is true for those held captive. They invoke their gods for the good of Garlemald, and in their disturbed state of mind, summon a primal whose form reflects their own alteration.
It all begins to make sense. Upon closer inspection, I realized that the towers bear a striking resemblance to a much larger structure which Urianger and I observed from afar during our visit to the Imperial capital.
Hierarch? Interesting.
Assuming it too is capable of tempering those in its immediate vicinity, it would go some way to explain the swiftness with which the Telophoroi managed to rally so many Imperials to their cause.
While the situation in Garlemald is indeed troubling, I fear we have more immediate concerns. Ifrit was not the only primal summoned. At approximately the same time, observers at several other towers bore witness to the emergence of further such entities. For a blessing, none appear to wield aught approaching the destructive power of Bahamut, and the Grand Companies are moving to deal with the threat even as we speak.
You know, tell me where they are, Your Grace. Let's go!
Though we are aware that the task will not be easy, we would call upon the Scions only as a last resort. Pray, conserve your strength for now.
I have strength to spare. Let's kill stuff.
After all, it was not so very long ago that you rid us of Bahamut. On which note, I am pleased to report that our talks with the Amalja have reached an agreeable conclusion. They have pledged their full support to our cause.
That was like 3 days ago. Or 2 days, I don't know, 2 days ago?
It is our hope that this historic agreement will encourage other tribes to join us at the negotiating table. And I know that I speak for all of the Allied leaders when I say that we will welcome them with open arms at such time as they do.
Welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing well.
Of course, this was only made possible by the feats of heroism performed at Paglfan. Moreover, we shall not allow the sacrifices of those fallen in battle to have been made in vain. As hope leads to victory, shall victory lead to a new dawn for Eorzea.
May these words ever be our guide, Your Grace.
Alright, bye, Mopar. Be safe. Yeah, I know I started really early today.
Now, if you will forgive me,
Happy Friday.
I must consult with the Syndicate on the matter of our new allies' integration. Till next we meet, my friends, I bid you safe travels and blessed respite.
Don't try to chop wood and end up cutting your leg. Like some people do. I know a guy who had a chainsaw. Oh, we got Cybervirus Fox. And his chainsaw, so the thing about chainsaws is they're supposed to idle with the blade not moving. So they're like running, the engine's running, but the blade is not moving. His had a fault in it where the blade would move a little bit all the time. And so he ended up cutting his leg because he never got it fixed. He cut his leg with a chainsaw. He didn't lose his leg or anything. It was just bad. He got flown away and my outfit was changed. Right then, unless anyone has any objections, I think it's about time we return to the Rising Stones. That includes you, Alfno. Ironball is in good hands here. So we have the Waking Sands, the Rising Stones. What's next? The Looming Mountain. Next, that? Ironball's in good hands here. Yeah. Yep. The thing is, like, the time it happened is the time he forgot to wear his, like, chaps. They're like leg protective leather garments or something like that. He forgot to wear them. Of course, he doubts mocked me for pacing about the infirmary. Let's retire then. that we might regain our strength and readiness for the coming challenges. Following agreement then, I shall let Cryo know to expect us. A hot bath and hearty meal shouldn't be beyond arrangement with the time available. What is that guy doing there? He's just like, okay, I gotta stand at attention because these people... Oh, look how much his chest is expanding. Look at that. I don't think my chest expands that much when I breathe. He's stretching the leather straps. Anyway, if already going to be then, I shall let Crowd know to expect us. A hot bath and a hearty meal should be beyond arrangement with the time available. Yep. It'd be good to be home. I have some thinking to do. See, my guess is he probably had a lot of close calls. It's like, oh, I need to get that fixed. I need to get that fixed. I need to get that fixed. And then he forgot to wear his chaps, and that close call turned into an accident. That's what our safety guy at work calls a near miss. Like, if you have a bunch of near misses, that's a sign you need to fix something. Yes, I'll try asking him. And thank you, I shall look forward to it. Our comrades eagerly await our return, and Crown in particular has a few matters she is keen to discuss. One of which concerns you, Estini, believe it or not. You will join us, won't you? Fine. He's like me with social gatherings. Fine, I'll go. Really? I thought you were avoiding that Baldesian woman. I'll think of the bets. If I refuse, she would only pursue me. Let's get this over with, shall we? That's how I feel too. If I refuse to go to a family gathering, my mom will pursue me. I didn't answer a phone call one time. They drove to my house. It's like, we haven't heard from you in days. I'm like, you called me yesterday. I haven't had time to call you back. Because they literally called me at 10 o'clock at night. I didn't answer. And then they showed up at like 7 a.m. the next day. Hold on. Yeah, I'm trying to predict the name of the next hideout. Waking Sands, Rising Stones. That's how we get retired people.
Welcome back. I expect you must all be exhausted. Ere you take your rest, however, I would beg a moment of your time.
Also, I will point out, also, when that happened, I was like 22. Or, like, I was an adult. I was a full adult living on my own, in my own house.
Thanks to Arenvold's selfless efforts, we may now be confident that we understand the function of the towers. But many questions remain regarding the reason for the summonings, and what lurks behind the looming edifice in Garlemald.
Listen. I mean, don't listen, but... Just forget it. Forget it. Forget I said anything, okay?
Until such questions are answered, we will struggle to devise an effective strategy for thwarting the Telophoroi's stated aim. Nothing less than the destruction of this star. And so, given the gravity of the situation, I move that we petition the aid of Sharlayan.
Okay. Aren't they the ones that don't do anything?
Possible the ancient knowledge preserved within their archives may hide a clue to our enemy's methods. But given Sharlayan's established policy of non-intervention, our former colleagues are not like to aid us in its discovery.
Yeah, Alfredo basically got kicked out because of it, because his dad was mad that he said that they should intervene and stuff. They should help people.
Oh, I well remember what they're like. The Forum's barefaced refusal to assist you in the days prior to the calamity must rank as Sharlayan's most shameful act since the Exodus. But were the final days to be reenacted, it would spell doom for us all. Surely even they cannot turn a blind eye to that. I trust we are all of the same mind on this matter. Urgent as it seemed, I took the liberty of petitioning the Alliance for leave to act as Eorzea's emissary, and have since received their blessing.
I presume your role as a student of Baldessian will carry some weight with the Forum?
I wouldn't count on
One can but hope. If truth be told, our organization has been a shadow of its former self ever since the disappearance of the Isle of Val. But the name does still retain some degree of prestige. I only pray it will be enough.
I am currently playing with a clothespin, and it is only a matter of time before I clip it onto something that hurts.
If there are no objections, I shall depart for Sharlayan at once. But before I do, I should also mention the other matter to which I would devote some time during my stay.
I keep clipping it into my fingers, but it's only a matter of time before I pinch on like the web of the finger. Ow, that does hurt. Okay, I'm throwing it. I threw it out of the room. There. Safety.
After hearing what transpired in the first, I began to question the true nature of Hydaelyn's blessing. A topic I have discussed at some length with Y'shtola.
We were wondering, when was the last time Hydaelyn spoke to you directly?
Oh, it's been a while. Yeah, I left him downstairs. Moved into the Dragonstone War.
When you regained her blessing, was it not? But never since. Not in all your time in the First, when you faced the Unsundered, the very heart of Zodiark.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about, clipping on my ear.
History shows us that Hydaelyn is able to awaken the echo in her chosen, convey her will directly, and grant the blessing of light.
Or my nose, my lips, my tongue, my
To our
eyebrows.
knowledge, however, she has not sought to intervene in man's affairs for some considerable time.
Might not the explanation for that lie with her choice of champion? Mayhap she is content to trust in her judgment.
Mayhap she is. But following my initial discussion with Kryl, I made inquiries of my own. And as far as I am able to tell, Hydaelyn has not made her will known to anyone.
Well, mine's just mild pain. Yours is injury.
During my time in the First, the Oracle of Light spoke to me through Reen. But that was not the will of Hydaelyn. It was Minfilia herself.
Indeed. And while she and Hydaelyn were inextricably linked, Minfilia yet acted of her own volition. A messenger, yes, but one who spoke with her own voice.
That's the way they're looking.
I wonder,
We're over freezing
could
now.
Hydaelyn's silence suggest the presence of some disruptive force, perhaps? Some obstacle to communication? While I share Urianger's high opinion of your conduct, I see no reason why she would deny you her guidance altogether.
I just mess around with stuff. Maybe I should get
Then
the
again,
goopies, but
who am I to say? The fact is, we simply don't know. But if the explanation is to be found anywhere, I can think of worse places to look than the archives of Sharlayan, and their research on the Ethereal Sea in particular.
yeah, I want to be careful. I don't want to overwork myself because, one, I have to work out tonight. I'm doing my workout, but also I've got the thing tomorrow. Hi, King Lawfell. Welcome, welcome. I want to make sure I have my strength. Random Fox.
Resolved though I am to go, believe me
That
when
was
I
weird.
say that I take no pleasure in the thought of leaving you a member short.
The Hornet Base.
Now of all times. Estinian, we stand on the eve of a struggle that will decide the fate of this star. One in which we Scions may play a telling part, yet we are but few in number.
You don't like them? Are they staring into your soul, perhaps? Looking closer, and closer, and closer. Oh my. Ow! Okay, fine.
And so I must ask you again. Will you join us?
Easy with the bricks. He's trying to give
You
me
see
away.
the world the way you want it to be. I see the world the way it is. You are idealistic to a fault.
Not really. Cairo does use it as most of my model stuff. I don't know how interested he is. His computer is currently overheating trying to upload all my models to a new version. We've gone on what, 23 hours now? 23 hours, still just trying to convert. Just computer just churning away. I can ask around if you want. So I know Ash knows a lot of people.
But I know you would never turn your back on those in need. Never close your eyes to their suffering. And somehow, your deeds lend truth to your words, giving the lie to my doubts in so doing. I have seen others draw strength from your belief. In Ishgard, in Alamigo, you inspired them to stand up and fight. To win, no less. And even when you lost those you held dear, you carried their spirit with you and made their memory your guiding light. The burden of so many hopes and dreams would be too heavy for most to bear. But you bear it willingly.
I'll try.
As you have shown me. Some dreams are too important to let go. If you have need of my strength, it's yours. After all you've done, how could I refuse?
I'm trying to finish the story in time for FanFest.
Thank you, Estinian.
I've spent over $500 on cosplay so far. Actually, I think that's all I'm going to spend. Well, I gotta get some hair dye and stuff, but that should be relatively cheap.
Whatever challenges await us, I shall not falter. You have my word.
I keep sneezing. Yeah, I got like 3 months, so I've got 2 expansions to go, so if I can do about a month and a half per, it should be about right. And I'm gonna have more time coming up as soon as we finish Silksong. I don't know about, I could try. We'll see about a 360 shot. Don't expect anything from ground level, though. What's the word for that? Hentai? No.
And now, I may bid you farewell. Safe in the knowledge that all is as it should be. In this little corner of the world, at least.
You will be sorely missed. Tread warily in Charlian, and do try not to let the Forum embroil you in their politics. A forlorn hope, I know, given the individuals involved.
I'll try. We'll see.
I shall do my very best. Farewell.
I think one of the skirts might be too short for it. We'll see when I get it. Oh, that's funny. I've never been to FanFest. I've never been to any convention at all. I'm excited to go, and I'm cosplaying. I'm buying 2 cosplay outfits. But I just have 1 weapon. So I think the weapon's like $200. And I spent about $150 on one outfit, $150 on the other. Oh, plus shipping, so add like $40 each of those. Well, I'm going with, wow. He's got almost as many weapons as I do.
Well... does this one meet with your approval? Apparently not. Or... could it be that you're still upset about the dragons?
You are unwise to remind me of so costly a failure.
Yeah, 2 days, 2 outfits. Seems to fit. And I mean, I'm already planning on spending thousands of dollars for the event, so may as well just spend a little bit more on the cosplay.
It will not affect our plans, I trust.
I do need to buy the good spray. I need there's a powder melt spray that I really wanted, but it was out. So I need to buy it so I can.
Oh, hardly at all. Though, admittedly, the chances of us being able to procure any more Mericidian dragons are rather slimmer following Tiamat's reappearance.
He's very strong. Never underestimate strength.
Oh, but the seeds have been sown, my lord. We have only to wait for them to quicken. Speaking of preparations, is it safe to assume that you will be ready to control you-know-what?
See, he's playing coy for us, not for Xenos.
The hour draws nigh. This nation, forged for Ascian ends, will finally prove its worth.
A mighty empire, now no more than an instrument of this star's destruction. What a pleasure it will be to put it to use.
How short is Fandaniel compared to... He looks like he's like half of Xenos' height.
Which brings me back to our earlier topic. My lord, while I appreciate that it is not an easy decision, it really is past time you chose your weapon.
There is one that I have been meaning to test.
Swing Fandaniel by the heels and slam his head into something.
Well, well, not quite what I was expecting. Though I will say, it does seem rather apt.
Are we going to see it? Nope, it's hidden behind the pillar. The reveal? Nope, nope. To be continued. That's a shame, I want to see it. Well, it looks like I'm going to have a busy few moons. Not that they ever seem to be anything but. Anchor's got me dispatching troops to every corner of the realm. Which is not to say I don't trust the Alliance, because I do. When it comes to putting down primals, nobody does it better than us. Well, than you lot, more accurately. Ow! What was the bonk for? Alright, Jack, try not to burn your face again. You won't catch me trading blows with the primal in the near future. But for every fell fiend you vanquish, there's countless meals to arrange, baths to fill, sheets to wash, stores to replenish, the list goes on. Which is where I come in, and gladly, mind you. It's the least I can do to support the science for risk life and limb, like poor R involved. Sigh. I wish there was something we could do for him. We'll just have to settle for saying the odd prayer and keeping a roof over our heads. Wouldn't do to have him come back to a complete shambles now, would it? But that's enough of my rambling. Off you go and get some rest. Great developments, I promise you'll be the first to know. Alright, another one done. I think it's time to go brush real quick. Basically, mostly because I'm out of water. So I'll be right back. I'm gonna get some water and make sure all the faucets are turned off. So, it'll take 2.5 minutes. I'm back. I'm back. Why would you redeem it if not there? Yeah, only Fox. Alright, let's proceed. This is the last, I think the last one before we get to the next expansion. So we might hit the expansion today. Okay, you're looking well. I think you managed to squeeze in some rest. If you came hoping for tidings from Cryo, I'm afraid If you came hoping for tidings from Cryo, I'm afraid we're still waiting. But we do have some odd scraps of news to share. Scraps, she says. Lunar primals have been popping up all over the place. The Alliance has the situation well in hand, thanks to no small part to Hori, Boulder, and the others. Meanwhile, talks to the Beast tribes are going even better than expected. Encouraged by Uldar's progress in Amalja, Gridani has opened negotiations with Ixal, believe it or not. Oh, nice. All of which is obviously very encouraging, but with Helaferoi still out there, it's not as if we can afford to lower our guard. Are we getting all new pictures with the next update? Beg your pardon, but I come bearing an invitation from the Alliance. Council meeting is due to be held in Amigo, and your attendance is heavily requested. I just wonder how much the models are going to change. I was just talking about the Alliance. May I ask what's on the agenda? I believe the institutions share news of recent developments and discuss what measures might be taken to combat the Telophoroi in concert with their new allies. The beast tribes have also been invited. It is hoped that they will join us in the fight against our common foe. So the Alliance will bring all the beast tribes into the fold in a single stroke. An ambitious plan given the delicacy of the negotiations. Given the delicacy... I can't talk! Oh, okay. An ambitious plan given the delicacy of the negotiations, but may happen a speedy one, considering the threat we face. I wonder if my mouth is just dry. I drank a half glass of water before I came back up, and I filled up my glass too. Oh, that's true. Indeed, my lady, and for their part, I'm told the beast tribes have agreed to attend. If the Scions too were present, all of Ilrizil will be represented. Hooray, heat! It's above freezing here now. So I turned off all the faucets. Trade system meeting must have been quite an undertaking, not only diplomatically, but practically. Pray inform the Alliance that we would be honored to participate. We shall make for Alamigo without delay. Now bear your answer thither with all haste. We look forward to receiving you at the Royal Palace. Yeah, we don't have any snow. They're talking about snow tonight, but it's barely gonna be below freezing, so I don't know. Okay, now they're saying it's not gonna snow tonight. Chance of precipitation 20%, so there's a small chance of snow. That's like gonna be like 34 degrees when it snows, so. Well, now that you've accepted the invitation, who exactly is going to attend? I move that you and your Stola lead our contingent. Given how long you have worked in summoning, it's only right that you should be present for what promises to be a historic moment. I think we've all played our part in that little endeavor, don't you, Acaria? I mean, if it snows, it's gonna snow like a couple flakes. At like 6 a.m. So I don't think it's worth waking up for that. All present may rightly claim a seat. I do quite agree, but by your leave, I shall remain here and lend what assistance I can to the coordination effort. Hi, Pixels! I'm not coming either. Emmerich will be there, and I'd rather not be interrogated. I think at some point they were calling for like a quarter inch of snow or something like that, or like... Yeah, they're not even showing how much precipitation total is 0 inches. So very little. I'm not coming either. Emmerich will be there and I'd rather not be interrogated. Very well then. While those with a mind to hold off the fort get on with holding it, I suggest rest for spake for Alamigo, shall we? Foxcopter! I do like snow. I really like snow, but I want the snow to actually do something. I like snow that's like... Snow is very pretty, don't get me wrong, but if I'm going to watch the snow fall, I want to watch the snow fall from inside a house that's warm and, you know, cozy. Maybe with a blanket wrapped around me and hot cocoa in my hands. Do I have any hot cocoa? I could get hot cocoa. I'm gonna grab some cocoa when I'm at the store. I feel like that'd be a good thing to have this Christmas. Or this winter. I wouldn't mind a roaring fire, but I have gas logs and they're not hooked up right now. Because I never use them. And you can! And I will watch and laugh at you from inside where it's warm. We've been expecting you. While some few guests have yet to arrive, the Alliance leaders are all present. Shall I show you in? chairs? Ow. It's rude of us not to give them chairs. The gang's all here. What, do they carpool?
Esteemed guests, you honor us with your presence. As there is much to discuss, let us begin.
Information on our taken brethren you have, yes? Hear it we would!
So if I recall from last time I played, they like little, like, donut chairs, like beanbag chairs. They can curl up in it.
Ah! Beyond forgiveness these featherless ones are! With rivers of blood shall they pay. Freed our people must be!
We too would see your kin liberated. But ere we attempt their rescue, we must first find a means to negate the risk of tempering. Without that, we will be unable even to approach the towers, let alone contend with their defenders.
If all else fails, I've always found cannonballs quite effective.
And what of the prisoners? Would you see them slaughtered?
Think for a moment. Ponder, consider, think. If Merlwyb truly intended to bombard the towers, she would have done so by now. Remember, we came here to find a solution together, did we not?
Y'Stola spoke of defenders. I but offered a means to clear a path, should you require it.
Given the enemy's capabilities, we will all need to play our part if we are to have any chance of success. For if any here should give less than their best, it will be to the cost of every living being on this star.
A paragon, the Empire, our very gods. How can we hope to prevail against such odds?
With an axe.
That our foe is formidable, none would deny. But our strengths are many and varied. In this chamber, I see masters of strategy, masters of magic, masters of the land, the air, and the sea. And together, there is nothing in creation we cannot overcome.
He's a good speaker.
I beg your pardon?
It's the old dwarf motto. Just because you can't reach their neck, you hack the ankles until they get lower, and then until you can reach their neck. I think that's the old.
What is it, Soulwalker? Do not express your passion thus. A little tricky without deals, perhaps? Suffice it to say, I am proud to be counted amongst Eorzea's finest. We Sahagin will play our part.
We kobolds have not forgotten the crimes the Overdwellers committed against us in the past. But today we look to the future as allies united in purpose.
No, I would probably ruin my keyboard by slobbering all over it.
Make mock of the Ixal, the Paragon does! Turns kin into puppets! Pits brother against brother! Free them from his grasp, we shall!
As Patriarch Zadar will attest, the Scions have granted us a means to free your brethren from their thraldom. This boon we will gladly share, that your people might never be enslaved again.
We accept! We accept!
Praise me!
A momentous occasion. And thus the aged ended not with a shout, but with a whimper.
It's taken a while.
A quiet conversation.
But I do believe we might be one step closer to a world without primals. Would that Minfilia were here to see it.
We still have a long way to go, and we're going to need a lot more Porksies. But we're moving in the right direction.
If I may have your attention, there is one other point I would like to raise. As we can all agree, freeing those held captive must take precedence over every other concern.
Sorry, Pixels, that went away.
But experience has taught us that none save those with the capacity to resist tempering can hope to enter the towers unscathed. And even once inside, a still greater threat may yet await them, that which we call a primal. Needless to say, if we are to succeed, engaging with such foes can only ever be considered a last resort. And so I move that we seek to prevent them from being summoned in the first place.
Yes! Both prayer and ether are needed for the ritual. Should either one be denied, the summoning would fail.
Doc.
Indeed. And so we must endeavor to discover the source of the ether on which the process depends. Do so, and it may present a way to halt the summonings, or perhaps even neutralize the towers entirely.
A promising proposal. While you are conducting your investigations, however, we will need to remain vigilant, lest the Telophoroi commit further abductions and summon primals ere we have the means to prevent them. To stand a better chance of keeping our enemy at bay, we would do well to coordinate our defensive efforts, sending reinforcements to assist our neighbors when needed.
We Amalja would have been overwhelmed were it not for our newfound allies. But say the word, and we shall come.
I see we are all in accord. But what are we to call this proud fellowship of ours? I submit that the honor of naming it should go to the scion whose brave efforts have done so much to unite Eorzea. What say you, my friend?
Me? Uh-oh, no, no, I am so bad at naming stuff. I would call it one moment, please. I'm not the best at naming stuff. I mean, obviously not go with either choice, right? I'll call it one moment, please.
Might I suggest the Grand Company of Eorzea? I remember a certain someone pondering it once upon a time, and it seems as fitting a name as any.
A fine choice, for there is none here who does not love Eorzea.
I mean, I could suggest that. It just seemed funnier.
Aye, in that we shall ever be united.
United in our gratitude for the realm that gave us life.
Then let it be recorded that on this day, the Grand Company of Eorzea was born.
Oh, look at his eye. He's crying. He's so happy.
How long have we dreamed of this moment? And now that it's here, oh, forgive me. Might we speak outside?
Yeah, I like it. I wonder if it's possible to do that. Hi, is it possible to do crying animation like that, where it's like my eyes shimmer like that? Probably not, right? Well, now that we're out of earshot of the other delegates, I hope you will forgive me if I speak my mind. Let me begin by saying that I have dreamed of this day since the moment I first set foot upon these shores, and that I was as heartened as anyone to see the peoples of Eorzea pledge their solidarity. Yet even as they uttered their declarations, all I could think about was the conflict to come, of the sacrifices that we made, and the lives lost. Inevitabilities that I still struggle to accept. At least now there is hope. The formation of the Grand Company of Eorzea is the first step, the first of many. Many and more. Red Fox. Goth Cold Fox. Is this new? Did we get a new one? This feels new. Ba-da-ba. Ba-ba. I spoiled to you, did I? When did I spoil it to you? Receipts here. How might we be of service? I seek Master Alphino's assistance in a matter involving Gridania's neighbors, the Sylphs. I know the juniors have long kept a weather eye upon the crystal trade. Better to predict the coming of primals. And so you'll be familiar with the Sylphs of the Ash Crown Consortium. Through their dealings, they have cultivated relations not only with the city-states, but many other communities besides. Oh. Well, I mean, you asked. Communities such as the Beast Tribes. Just so, it is our hope that we may make use of the Sylph's established lines of communication to coordinate the efforts of our new fellowship. Yet there remain certain practical differences between Trade Consortium and Grand Company. If the Sylphs are open to perform their tasks effectively, they will require the counsel of one versed in operational aspects of an armed force. An armed force founded with the self-same goal in mind, no less. I was trying to wave, so Show Fox cancels waves. I don't know. Crystal waves, yes. Forgive me, Master Alphino. I know that it was a painful chapter in your life. The experience may yet be made to serve the realm. Sigh. In my hubris, I plotted a course for crystal waves, which stretched far beyond the Order's initial conception. One intended to pave the way for the founding of what I intended to call the Grand Company of Eorzea. My plans all came to naught. Built upon a frail foundation of lofty ideals, the Order was doomed from the first to collapse under the weight of more worldly interests. I have no wish to see this new endeavor suffer the same fate. Oh, you like it? I like it too. It's got a choker and a necklace. But I've asked too much of you. Not at all. You may count upon my assistance for what little is worth. By your leave, I shall prepare a report, including a list of recommendations drawing on the lessons I learned from the failures of the Crystal Waves. You have my gratitude, Master Alphino, and my trust. When the report is ready, please share it directly with the Sylphs. With your guidance and the earnest efforts of every goodly soul gathered here this day, I have no doubt that our fellowship shall emerge from the shadow of the Telafroi and flourish. Until next we meet, my friends. The god Smart Fox is kind of strange. Before committing anything to writing, there are a number of people whose thoughts I should like to hear. Former Braves, you understand. Why don't you join me in seeking them out? I can't think of any excuse not to, so I guess that's what you have to ask. Thank you. As someone who witnessed the Order's rise and fall, yours would be a reassuring presence. I'll join you. If you're planning to canvass the opinions of your former comrades, it'll be a lot quicker if we share the task of questioning them. And have Graha can lend a hand as well. I shall accompany the anchorage back to the Riding Stones. Between us, I dare say we should be able to provide an accurate enough account of today's events. We should be glad of your company, Graha. I shall explain the details on the way. Well, I am brain damaged like a fox, they say. So what's the plan, brother mine? Before we discuss the task at hand, I should probably admit that the report I proposed is largely written. Not long after that fateful day at Ul'dah, I penned a detailed account of the organization's history, from the events that led to its inception to the failings that brought about its demise. This I did primarily as a means of taking some similar responsibility. Never did I imagine that it might later be referred to by those seeking to form a similar organization. I got the hiccups. And while I made every attempt to be objective, the account was mine alone. Its events used from my singular perspective. For it to be of use, however, it must be broadened to encompass the viewpoints of all involved. Only then can it answer what seems to me to be the crucial question, namely, why, after the Crystal Braves disbanded, some members choose to remain with us while others did not. I see. You think the answer will tell us something about the nature of ties that bind our new grand company together. And this knowledge might help us to prevent it from falling apart when those bonds are inevitably tested. That is my hope, yes. But the questions I would ask are uncomfortable to some. As the former commander of the Crystal Braves, I doubt that those who abandoned the cause would welcome my inquiries. And Graha and I would just have to try. Meanwhile, the two of you can talk to the ones who kept the faith. Fine suggestion. Have care, however. Certain of my former comrades are of questionable character. So keep your wits about you, and let us reconvene in Gridania later on. My nose is stuffy. I feel like I'm talking very nasally today. If you have no objections, I have mind to begin speaking with Veal and Alien. Memory serves, the two of them will be attending an intelligence briefing at the Castle of Orients. Let us seek them out there. I did refund, yes. I'm good. I refilled my water a little bit ago. We already brushed. You missed it. We have 35 minutes till next brushing. Oh, thanks, Pixels. You're very sweet. My just woke up voice. Yeah, I was only going like 2.5 minutes. All I did was turn off the faucets and get water. Well, look who it is. And what brings you two here? It wouldn't have anything to do with the big meeting, would it? In a manner of speaking, I have been assigned a task, you see, for which I required assistance of former members of the Crystal Braves. So, you want to know why we decided to stick with the Scions, eh? Ain't an easy thing to put into words, that. Well, I got water from the fridge, and I turned off the faucets, so... The water's always on the fridge, unless I turned it off last night so I could drip it, so it wouldn't freeze. Okay, so that's way old. Okay, so basically, Alphino formed an organization of people that was supposed to help protect the world against primals and act as like an independent, not even a mercenary force, just people that could go into any nation and help them without, militarily without being beholden to any nation. Unfortunately, it was filled with traitors from the very beginning, and so it fell apart when they betrayed Alphanode and the rest of us, and tried to kill us all. That was way back at the end of A Realm Reborn, so that was just before the first expansion, Heavensward. Those of you experts in the game can correct me if I'm wrong. But when the group fell apart, Some of the people stayed with the group, and others left. As you will attest, I spent a long time agonizing over my failure to alert you to the traitors in our midst. For my negligence, I was captured along with many others, and we were powerless to prevent the tragedies that ensued. Yeah, we got chased out of the country, and had to seek refuge in, Heavensward Lands, whatever, the one that's ruled by... I'm bad with names. The guy that was good at speaking, that was him. He's the leader of that country. Not a day goes by that I do not think back to those fateful events. If I join the Scions, I hope to redeem myself, and I will continue to serve the cause for as long as I am able. That wasn't my only reason. When we finally reunited the Rising Stones, you refused to blame anyone but yourself for the fall of the Crystal Braves. And in spite of everything that had happened, everything you had suffered, you took us back without a moment's hesitation. We would not have blamed you had you turned us away. When you gave us your trust instead, what else could we do but try to repay it? Aww. Nothing, that's what. As for my own tale, well, I've always felt the Scions have something in common with my old crew. The duty of the strong is to protect the weak. That was our creed, and I still strive by it to this day. I really don't, Zelric. I have no idea. They are being very closed about the times. I can text my mother and see if she's learned anything more. They're talking about... Okay, so I know the funeral is at 2. So I'm definitely gonna have to be there before that. Which means I have to leave here no later than 1 o'clock at the latest. So in theory I can stream in the morning if this is true. But I need to know what time I need to be there. I'll text real quick. Alright, I'll text to find out. No, that's fine. Actually, don't tell. The voice of science is something from my old crew. The duty is the strongest, protect the weak. That was our creed. And I still try to live by it to this day. Oh, thanks, Pixels. It'll be okay. But as time's gone on, I've learned the strength comes from in many shapes and sizes. From Hori Boulder and Mr. Tataru. We've all got something to offer. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm probably not gonna be able to stream it all tomorrow. Most likely, I'm not gonna be able to stream it all tomorrow because they're probably gonna be there by 1, which means I have to leave at 12, which means I'm not gonna have time to stream in the morning because I have to be ready to leave by 12. I'll have to eat something. I may have some time to putt around in the morning, but that's basically it. Because I have to dress appropriately. Yeah, I have to prepare, dress. Because it's dressy, so I have to dress up. I have to, you know, put on makeup and stuff to look appropriate. Anyway, so most likely no stream tomorrow, but we'll still have Regal Fox Cinemas. We'll still be on in the evening. So I want to try to start about 6. Feel free. Like I said, we'll probably start about 6 for the Regal Fox Cinemas with Firefly. Because I can't imagine I'll still be there that late. I'll probably be back here by 4. So that means I'll have time to get dinner and stuff. But as time's going on, I've learned that the stream comes in many shapes and sizes. From Hori Boulder to Mr. Tataru, we've all got us something to offer. And not one of us is doing it for personal gain, because we believe there's more important things than that, things worth protecting. Which is what being a Scion's all about. I'm at a loss for words. Thank you, my friends. To hear this from you means more than you know. You'd be out, Kalia, could you? Why do you think the Crystal Braves ended in failure? Well, its founding ideals are something to be proud of, but ideals alone don't make a crew. For every swab who signed up with good intentions, there was another who was only in it for the coin, glory, or both. Ours was quite a disparate band, and while I will never forgive Ilbert, the fact that we managed to function at all was thanks in large part to his efforts. Just a pity he was doing it for all the wrong reasons, eh? Only takes one bad apple, they say, and the Braves had a barrel full of them. Not like the Scions. They might look like a ragtag band of misfits, but deep down, we've all got that shared sense of purpose. And why? Because Taro sifted out all the glory hunters before they made it through the door. Do you? Yeah, which one is that? I see. So our ranks comprise a diverse range of people, each with their own individual strengths. We are all united in purpose. Thank you, my friends. With your permission, I shall make a record of our discussion and refer to it when drafting my recommendations. Until we meet again. You mean from 2024? That's an old one. That's a really good one, though. That's a really good anime. Yes, you guys enjoy that. That is a very good one. It's silly, but it's fun. Also, I just want to double check. I want to double check when my package is getting here because it's supposed to arrive. My weapon for the cosplay is supposed to arrive next week, I think. They literally told me, like, hey, it's gonna be a while before we can ship it. Yeah, it's still in pre-transit. They told me it's gonna be a while before they ship it. They're like, when do you need it? I was like, can I get it by March? They're like, oh yeah, we'll definitely be able to make it. My favorite anime ever? Ooh. I have no idea, Zelric. I have no concept of what last year was. No idea. If you want my favorite anime ever, it's probably gonna be something like SAO or One Punch Man. Just because I could watch One Punch Man over and over and over because it's always really funny to me. That's season 1 and 2. Season 3 I'm not sold on. Dungeon Bestie is good. Frieren, I think, just came out with a new season. So I have to see about watching season 2 of that. Well, I think we've taken up enough of our colleagues' time, and I'm conscious that less life-affirming testimonies await. Let's make our way to Gridania and hear what the others have learned. Yeah, so I might get to watch that next week. Oh, hang on, I got a message. Alright, then we'll be there between 1 and 2. Yeah, I was. It's a very good dance. See, I'm just gonna go ahead and say no stream tomorrow just to be safe. So got a little bit bonus stream today to make up for it. I'm very sorry. I hate missing stream, but I would hate missing the funeral more. Because you guys will forgive me if I miss one stream, but they will never forgive me if I miss the funeral. Thanks to Charles' ever-dependent intelligence, we managed to track them. A handful of firmware upgrades without any great difficulty. Some were forthright, others less so, but we heard enough to form a picture. I must warn you, Alphino, some of their comments were harsh. I can well imagine. But their opinions are no less vital to my report. I seek the unvarnished truth. It's alright. Thank you. I'll see about adding to your findings to my own at once. In the meantime, pray go ahead to Little Solace and seek out Elder Fixio. I'll join you anon. This is up this way. So we'll probably finish up, No, 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 no. What am I doing? I'm dumb. Alright, so we'll probably, finish up Silksong. I doubt we'll have any time for Final Fantasy. Silksong will probably take up all the time. If there's a little gap, I'll probably fill it with, like, Vampire Survivors or something. Or, I got a new Vampire Survivors game. Maybe I'll try that one. And just poke at it for a little bit. Welcome, Brave One and friends of Brave One. How good it is to see you walking one so soon after the meeting. Should this one perform the customary dance of greeting? No, no, be at ease. It is true that these ones delighted making walking ones dance, but no more. Horned One Connie Santa said that walking ones would be coming to Little Solace. Imperial ones also invaded Sylphlands and abducted many of these ones, so these ones will be glad to bear messages between fighting friendly ones. That's heartening to hear, Elder. It will require all ones to work in unison to stop the Telophoroi. These ones will try very hard, of course, but in matters of war, these ones have little experience. Any advice walking ones can provide would be most welcome. Oh, another pretty silver-haired one, and in quite a hurry, it seems. Asa, you must come quickly. Whatever's the matter, Alphino? Don't tell me you couldn't read my handwriting. What? No, a Twin Adder officer accosted me as I was about to set out. Charlian has sent an envoy, who was due to arrive in Gridania at any moment. She's a little old. An envoy? Could it be the crowds managed to sway that for him? We shall know soon enough, but there is more. The envoy has requested the two of us attend this audience for the Elder Seedseer. Really? I can see why they might want the Scions to be present, but us specifically? Wait, it isn't who I think it is. It's their father! It's gotta be. It is. I can scarcely believe it myself. When I inquired as to the envoy's identity, I was told that it was one... Come on! Fortunat Leveleur. Your father? Well now, the fact that a certain member of the Forum had 30 here would be surprised enough, but I count. Quite. I glean from this that they're taking the matter seriously. If they're all French, that could explain a lot. They're trying to be, well, I guess it would make more sense if they were Swiss, because they're trying not to be, or trying not to participate. They're staying, neutral. That may be why him and not none of the other 98 Forum members, unless he volunteered for it. It's been some time since you last saw your father, has it not? Could it be that he is concerned for your well-being? Perhaps. He's always been reluctant to discuss his work with us. Indeed, whenever we write to our parents, it's inevitably our mother who replies. Nevertheless, I welcome the opportunity to meet with him after so long, even as a secondary to his true purpose here. Elder Fixio, loath though I am to cut our visit short, we must return to Gridania. May accept my apologies along with my report. Never mind. There'll be time to talk later. This one won't keep walking ones for more urgent matters. Go. Okay, I just want to be clear. Swiss is Switzerland, right? I'm pretty sure that's accurate. Wait. I get Switzerland and Sweden mixed up. I don't know why I get Switzerland and Sweden mixed up. It's frustrating. Because I was going to talk about IKEA being from Switzerland, but I'm like, no, that's Sweden. I'm trying to text my mother. Daughters be held at Lotus Stand, but the elder seats here waits even now. Let's be on our way. Yeah, Pixel, I was explaining that I figured out my confusion, and I went ahead and stated it anyway, so you guys can laugh at how dumb I am. Random Fox, we have... I have to go with this one. Intergalactic Fox. I'm a space fox, got a rocket on my back. Space fox, dancing like a maniac. Space fox, got a rocket on my back. The universe is down from my tail attack. Listening for it? Okay, I think we're clear. Welcome, Warrior Light. Elder Seats here and your friends are waiting within. It's almost like a second tail. My friends, I thank you all for coming so swiftly. Word of Master Fortune. Word of Master Fortune. Word of Master Fortunault's visit took us quite by surprise. Don't you dare, Pixels! I will bite you. When the Lions granted Mistress request Charlie's aid, we did not anticipate so prompt a reply, much less it would be delivered by a member of the Forum. What the nature of that reply may be, we shall soon discover. Oh, light tail armor. No, Zoic.
Elder Seats here. I thank you for granting me this audience.
I hope they speak its name so I can know how to pronounce it. Until then, I assume it's Fortunault.
I am Fashionably Leveilleur, here in my capacity as representative.
I was close, Fashionably. Fashionably Leveilleur. Fashionably Leveilleur.
It is I who should thank you, Master Fashionably, for journeying so far and so swiftly. Would that our first meeting could have been under happier circumstances.
She's very pretty. I love her eyes.
It has been too long, Father. You look well.
As do you both. Ameliance will be glad to hear that you are taking care of yourselves.
How is Mother?
She misses you terribly, of course, but is otherwise a picture of health. Circumstances apart, I'm grateful that our meeting has afforded me the chance to be reunited with my children at long last. And I believe I also owe you thanks for the hospitality you showed my father, Louisoix, during his sojourn in Eorzea.
All thanks we owe to him. In the days prior to the 7th Umbral Calamity, it was your father's tireless efforts which granted us a means to vanquish the primals. Were it not for him,
I'm not 100% sure.
Our strength would have been quite spent by the time the Empire arrived. That Gridania still stands is in large part his achievement. He was a great man.
He would doubtless have been moved to hear you say so. I must confess, however, that I opposed his decision to intervene.
and my position remains
they're horns.
unchanged.
To chart the course of history, not to change it. I am familiar with the Sharlayan stance.
It is more than that. It is our way of life, who we are. But I came here not to deliver a lecture, but the Forum's answer to your request. Sharlayan will under no circumstances intervene in the conflict between Eorzea and the Garlean Empire.
May I ask for what reason the Forum has come to this decision? The final days spell the end not only for Eorzea, but the entire world.
The final days? Pray spare me your hyperbole. This conflict is no more than the latest in a series of petty squabbles between yourselves and Garlemald, one in which Sharlayan will take no part. If the final days were truly upon us, we would know.
How would you know?
Father, you must ask the Forum to reconsider.
He won't. He's against it.
You may feel safe on your little island across the waves. But if you imagine the Telophoroi will leave you be, you are mistaken. They mean to kill us all, themselves included.
Alphino is right. We have seen what the enemy is capable of, the lengths to which they'll go. This is no time to turn a blind eye. If Eorzea falls, so too will Sharlayan. So if you truly love our homeland, you will join us. Now, before it's too late.
I've seen this before, where like a country that's like far away from everything, they send their soldiers as mercenaries or whatever to like cheap mercenaries to fight for countries far away, just to keep the battles far away.
I thought you knew better than to raise your voice to your elders. It seems I was wrong. Wrong to ever let you leave, Sharlayan. I consoled myself that your time abroad would instill in you some hint of restraint, of discipline. But I see now that Eorzea has made fools of you both. Have you forgotten why it was that I so vehemently opposed your grandfather's departure? For all his wisdom, his only solution was to go to war.
You gotta consider this is also from like years ago. I'm not up to current date.
Death, devastation, ruin. Even those who claim victory are scarred for life. What prize could ever justify such sacrifice?
But if you argue these same themes happened again and again, remember United States in World War II? We're far away. Nothing can ever bother us. We don't need to intervene. That's your squabbles. And then we get attacked. We're like, oh, now we're involved. Okay.
It is the duty of the learned to avert such tragedy. By fanning the flames of war, you forsake all you once held dear.
Oh, I thought you meant something even more current. To ignore the plight of those one might conceivably save is not wisdom, it is indolence. I don't know who I stole that from, but he knows who it is.
I see your friend shares your misguided ideals. But unlike her, you should know better. By espousing such barbaric notions, you subvert the teachings of Sharlayan and place all we have worked for in jeopardy. Alphino, Alizé, as of this moment, you shall no longer bear the name of Leveilleur.
Please, I try to avoid political talk as much as I can. I can't always, but I'm well aware of a lot of hypocrisy that's going on right now in the world. Not to say that you are being hypocritical, but
How you choose to live your lives is no longer my concern. If you wish to walk the path of ruin, I will not stand in your way.
Master Fashionably.
I know.
While Sharlayan may have no intention of intervening in this conflict, we can still part as friends. Will you not stay and speak with us, that we might learn of Sharlayan's hopes for the morrow?
I have said what I came here to say. Any further discussion would be meaningless.
Father! Wait!
Don't bother, Alize!
How can you stand there and watch him walk away? How can you let this happen?
Well, got disowned. So that's what he came here to say? Then we're all foolish for having this temerity to defend ourselves against the Telophoroi. As for the rest, like it or not, this is the Forum's decision to watch from afar while Eorzea burns. It's okay. You know, sometimes you just have to hold the ones you love close and watch as they slowly bleed to death from a knife wound. What, you expected sympathy from Murder Fox? Come on. Father's met the messenger, and as he handed out their judgment, I could think of nothing to say that could possibly sway him. I still can't. To have prolonged the discussion would have changed little, but it's not only the Master Fashionably must be persuaded, but the Forum as a whole. The decision was made ere your father crossed the sea. Nor is it like to be changed, and so we shall face the Telophoroi without their aid. Forgive me, but if they had no intention of helping us, then why would they go to the trouble of sending an envoy in the first place? Why they not simply keep their counsel as they want to do? Okay, has Master Fashionably arrived yet? Then it is as I feared. My efforts were in vain. I pleaded our case to as many Forum members as I could, they flatly refused to discuss the matter. No, that's not exactly true. I should rather say that they ignored every word I said on the subject without exception. It was almost unnerving. Could it be that they're hiding something from us? That might go some way to explain Master Farshdale's performance. When he said that they would know if the final days were truly upon us, I dismissed his pride. What if they genuinely believe they know how the world will end, and simply disagree with us about the circumstances? That I don't know, but something tells me they're not as unconcerned about the Telophoroi as they claim. If the threat weren't real, why else would they be so standoffish and secretive? I'd very much like to delve deeper into this, but I'm afraid I've exhausted every avenue of inquiry. Then she got hurt? Or I fared to be better with my other missions. Research at Highland and the Ethereal Sea. I tried enlisting the help of experts in the field, but it appears the Forum has forbidden anyone from cooperating with us. Obstructed at every turn. So it would seem. Don't lose heart just yet. With all the knowledge and acquaintances we have between us, we can still find a way forward. To that end, I'd like you all to join me here, when the time is right, of course. I'm worried that matters at Eorzea stand on knife edge. With your permission, I can at least start making the necessary arrangements. I've always wanted to visit Sharlayan. That'd be fun. And so you shall, albeit under less than happy circumstances. It may take a while to secure an entry for you all, but I'll let you know when everything is in order. Look after yourselves in the meantime, won't you? The speculation seem to be cause to hope, yet those seeds will bear fruit, I cannot say. While it's possible the Charlians hide some secret truth from us, there can be no certainty that its exposure will prompt them in a change of heart. And so for the present, we must needs confront the plight in which we find ourselves. The Forum has refused our aid. The Forum has refused our request for aid, and it falls to us alone to contain the Telophoroi. Alright. Even with all the Oris standing united, there is no guarantee that we will prevail. What does Charlian intend to do if we fail? Lemon muffin, tasty. Golden pineapple juice, I'll probably pass. Chicken fettuccine, I love chicken fettuccine. Oh, it's so good. Zephyr? Chicken fettuccine. Is it bad I pick my foods based on what they look like, rather than what stats they give? I'm always hungry. I am perpetually hungry. I had like 5 biscuits this morning, and I'm still hungry. I had 5 biscuits, a banana, gravy, and cheese. While Charlian's stance is indeed disappointing, we cannot allow ourselves to be distracted from the challenge before us. There is much more to be done. I shall begin by sharing the Forum's response to my counterparts in the Alliance. Meanwhile, I would ask that the Scions... Grave tidings, Walking Ones, grave tidings! Calm yourself, my gentle friend, what has occurred? These ones who went to see Feather Ones send terrible news. Destroying ones have appeared in Self-Atoll. Destroying ones, the captured ones, even frightful, godly ones, feathered ones that didn't stand a chance and were sent flapping and squawking. When this happened, is it too late to help them? Too late, yes, much too late. But luckily, destroying ones were only passing through and continued west. Feather ones who did not fight were left unharmed. West, that would be Korthas. Very nice. By the way, the Guardians report that Telophoroi have emerged from the eastern highlands of Korthas and are marching at speed. Though their purpose is yet to be determined, the Cardinal Flash has seen their most likely destination. Lord Amric has already dispatched his forces and requested our immediate support. Tell them he shall have it. The time has come for the Grand Company to always to prove its worth. How much is left in this? I feel we're getting close. It's about time to brush. Should I brush or push through and then brush before the expansion? I mean, happy it's a mercy that we do not have time to stew upon our misfortunes. Come, my friends, let's make haste to Cardinal. Maybe I brush now and just take my chances. Well, wait, something I almost forgot. Destroying ones were said to be led by a cackling robed one. This one must see that all walking ones know. Farewell. Van Daniel? Who else? It's only a matter of time before that grinning maniac showed himself again. That sounds really good. I shall have an airstrip ready to bear you to Cardinal. Pay heed to your preparations and report to landing with all haste. That was my lady. Let's away. Alright, I think it's time to brush. Yep. We were right on time for a brushing. So we go brush, and we proceed. So I'm probably gonna split off the YouTube video when I do. So this will be like part 1, part 2. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll go brush. Brushy. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. A little bit delayed. I don't think you did. I don't remember if you did. Alright, let's go. Wait, this is right over here. How to leave? We're gonna walk out. Random Fox. Galaxy Witch. Galaxy White Witch Fox. Should I change this to Galaxy Witch Fox White? We did that with the RPG Fox. I just want to walk. There's a lot of people in bathing suits around. That's a cute outfit. I like that outfit. Okay, it seems Fordol has come all the way to Gridani to find us. I explained the situation, but she insisted her business is urgent. I'd be over sooner if you shut up and come with me. Yeah, they're very nice.
Arenvold! I can't tell you how good it is to see you.
Oh no, is he paralyzed?
It arrived a lot sooner than expected, eh? The day I craned my neck up at you.
Only because you're sitting down. Unless...
Afraid so. The Chirurgeons say I may never walk again.
Is it may never? That's not never.
Come on, Alfino, it could be worse. Besides, I didn't come here to dampen the mood. Quite the opposite. All I've ever wanted was to fight for a cause I believe in. But my fighting days are over. So I want you to fight in my stead. Be the hero I can't.
There's something I'm trying to remember. I can't remember what it was. It was either a game, a movie, a TV show, an anime, a book. But basically, they're fighting for something, and they lost. And as the battle's going away, it's like, I was like, come on, we have to go. It's like, I can't go. I must be there, and something's hour of need. And the person's like, yeah, the hour of need was like 3 hours ago. You were there for that. Now it's our hour of need. We gotta get out of here. Or something like that. What is that from? I want to know what it is. I keep getting it in my head, and I don't know what it's from. I can't picture it. I don't know what they look like. I don't know what they sound like. I just know that there's something there.
I am no hero.
I feel like I've asked before, and somebody told me, and I forgot.
That's what they all say, though. No one ever calls themselves a hero. Even the ones who eat primals for breakfast. It's for others to decide. Look, Alfino. You already are a hero. To me and countless others. We see you doing your damnedest to protect us all. And you're not alone, are you? There are people who believe in you, just as you believe in them.
Some things may have changed, but the adventure isn't over yet. Yep. I'd like to see the Redwood someday as well. Too bad they're too far away when I go to California.
I know what's at stake, and how many people are depending on you. But I believe in you. Believe that you'll see it through.
My problem with California is, like, there's too much of it to see in one trip. Like, I remember that my family went on a road trip. Well, we flew, but then we went on a road trip to see, like, the Southwest. And we saw, like, the Grand Canyon, we saw Las Vegas, we saw, like, a whole bunch of different stuff. And we did all that in 2 weeks. I don't think 2 weeks is enough to see everything in California. We didn't touch California at all. My dad refused to set foot in it. But they have, like, the Redwoods, they have the Golden Gate Bridge, they have Los Angeles, they have the Santa Monica Pier, they have Disneyland, they have... I'm sure there's lots of other stuff I'd get if I started thinking about it.
That's why I'm entrusting my dreams to you. Like Albert and Owley once entrusted their dreams to me.
There was a time when I would have borne the weight of such expectations without a second thought. But now, I know just how heavy that burden can be. To tell the truth, I'm beginning to wonder if I chose the right path. Sacrifices will inevitably be made for the sake of the ideals I uphold. Maybe I am not the person I thought I was. The person you think I am.
You better hurry.
I wouldn't presume to tell you. But I will say this. In spite of everything, you've come this far. The road ahead might not always be clear, but you've never been one to give up or take the easy way out. And everything you do for others. For a brighter future. I'm proud to call you my friend. Well, I've said my piece, so I'll let you go. I know you've got more important things to be doing. Just give what I've said some thought, all right?
I shall, my friend. And we will meet again soon, I promise.
Nothing left for me to do but wave and smile.
He's the bravest one of us all.
You've got a pretty narrow view of what it means to be a hero. Do you know that? You think they're all forged in the fires of battle? That it's all about being brave and killing villains? Alphino and the others will carry on their fight. But theirs isn't the only one. There are other ways you can make a difference. If you stop feeling sorry for yourself and put your bloody mind to it.
That's right, slap him into shape.
There's not much chance of me living the quiet life with you around, is there?
If you're content to twiddle your thumbs thinking of what might have been, that's your lookout. But I reckon you've got some fight left in you.
And I reckon you might be right. If there's a way I can still help my friends, I'll bloody well find it.
You sure can, Pixels. If you're willing to work for it. It doesn't take much. You go work at a soup kitchen? I don't know, you go, save puppies. Yeah, now we got, this is probably the end of the expansion check, right here. Whatever battle this is going to be. Alright, be safe. But yeah, there will be a fight, so you got some time. You can tell me later what that was all about, but judging by the state of Alphanos, Joe, it appears to have done some good. Thankfully, the others have already left the Rising Stones. And according to the communications officer, Amalja and Cobalt forces are also bound for Cottonwood as we speak. They mean to keep the promise they made in Alamigo. We must do the same by saving as many of the timber kin as possible. Anyway, the airship is ready to depart. We should get going. Yep, this is the end. This is gonna be the end. So this is, yeah, good thing we went and brushed. This is gonna be the end of the expansion, I believe. So we gotta get a long cutscenes, and then... Which part? I have no idea. This has to be watched. Parts of battle will be saved at certain points, and if you're defeated, you'll be able to try again with the most recent of these. The entire battle associated with these other quests. The battle associated with the other quests will log out for the game, progress will be lost. Alright, so this is gonna be a long one, okay? It's gonna be long. We got 48 minutes. Let's hope it's not longer than that. This is gonna be a slog. It's a multi-part battle. Oh. Why don't I look it up? Hold on.
My fellow Scions, as I am sure you will have heard, we can expect no help from Sharlayan, nor are we any closer to discerning the Telophoroi's grand design.
I don't know. There's something where they were talking about, like... It's like, I must be there for the hour of need. And like, their hour of need was 3 hours ago, and you were there for that. And now it's our hour of need. We gotta get out of here. Hold on, hang on. Like, if we go now, we can... Like, our chance of survival is slim to go now, but every moment we wait, it slips away, or I don't know, something like that. I'm sure you've heard, we can expect no help from Sharlayan, nor we any closer to turning to Telophoroi's grand design.
And now, our adversary moves against us in unprecedented numbers, compelling us to answer in kind. The outlook, in short, is bleak. Yet though our foes are many, and we but few, we may still tip the balance in Eorzea's favor.
Of course. We will do what we always do. Deal with the ones our allies can't. A less than daunting prospect, judging by your expression. Could it be that you've dispelled your lingering doubts, Alphino?
Oh, I doubt I ever will. But as my friends have kindly reminded me, I have come this far, and that must count for something.
God be good, Alphino. That's what we've been trying to tell you all along.
For one so bright, you can be remarkably dim at times. There is such a thing as overthinking, you know.
Might I suggest that we continue this conversation after the battle? It would appear that Telophoroi have already arrived.
Yep.
I'll do what I can to cure the Tempered, but they'll have to be incapacitated first.
There's a lot of them in here.
Have care, my friends, for none can say wherefore our foe did choose this fateful field to be our battleground. Whatever may transpire, pray grant him not the pleasure of deterring you.
Let's go. Listen well, friends. The Telaflor is sweeping across Cardinal. As for the Aston, his brief sight above the battlefield, but has since vanished. He likely intends to watch events unfold from afar. Thus far, the movements of the lunar primals have proven difficult to predict, even when poison ambush or true stance to withdraw for unknown reason. Whatever the Telaflor's plan may be, the primals are our primary targets. Understood. They will not elude the Scions for long. Are you back already, Jack? Let's go.
Yourself. Let's give it our all.
Oh wow, there's a lot of them. I got up a bunch of them. Attack on height. Gather them together! I really like it. Oh, someone's taking them. Oh, wait, they won't me leave. Where am I going? That way? Where am I going? Oh, this way. Okay, I go this way. Everybody broke off. I was trying to follow Strolla, but I couldn't. Something's not right. Sometimes that's all it takes, Pixels. Kindness saves lives. As the Scions spread out across the field, Alistair and Gra take the fight to Telaflor. Okay. Oh, we're playing as Alistair now. Oh, this is gonna be confusing. I've gotta learn what our buttons do. Combo. Combo. Alright, that's AoE. That's single target. That's AoE. That's heal. Okay. Combo. Alright, let's try it.
Allow me. Just the beginning.
Right behind you.
Must be healing him. Ready to attack. You've earned a moment's respite. Yeah, it seems because it's the Hex tank. It takes time to cure the tempered. How do I see Angelo? How do I see him? Oh, do it. Okay. Actually, we can see a dance battle at some point. Oh, he's there. Yeah, that'd be nice. Do you see that? The glyph? Yes, how worried should we be? Listen well and judge for yourself. Though I can see ethereal currents, I had not thoroughly examined those that flow through the heart of Cardinal. But now that I am here, things have become clear. The flats conceal an etheric confluence like the pillars of the XIV step, but greater in scale, far greater. The glyphs that Fandano has conjured reach into its very midst. And I believe I know their purpose. Should the lunar primos destroy them, it would spark a chain reaction with the potential to obliterate the confluence entirely. Resulting disruption to the flow of ether would sow chaos among the elements, prompting earthquakes, floods, and tempests large enough to lay waste to the realm. That he would go so far cometh as little surprise. He must needs protect the confluence at all costs. That's what it sounds like. Alright, let's do it. Who are we playing as? Are we on J? Okay, we got Cast, Restore MP, Restore MP, Heal everyone. Or reduce damage, okay. Let's do it. Her.
I shall protect thee.
Can I heal it? Can I heal the confluence? I can.
May the 12 guide you.
hard. I feel like I'm doing something wrong. The only thing is I don't have a party, so I can't, like, target them. Let's take them out.
Away with you!
The best defense is a good defense!
Gotta keep healing it. Blood for punishment. We keep the ley lines up. One down. Meanwhile, God, T and Alcei prepare to lock swords with Lunar Ravana. Alright, this time I bet we're playing as Graha. Yep. Called it. We're gonna play as everyone at some point, I see, it seems. Alright, we gotta look at our spells. We don't almost run in without knowing what our spells do. Alright, fire, blizzard, thunder. So AoE, okay, heal. AoE heal. Alright, spell break. Okay, that's big. Alright, so we're gonna have to do that at some point. I think we start with fire. So if I recall, you start with fire and switch over to blizzard when you get gets slow. Okay.
You now.
Get out. Uh-oh, we might lose this one. I want to top this thing off. Oh, God, I'm out of mana. I can only heal so much. That's okay, though. I'll top it off, then we heal myself. Light switches. I can tell if my lights come on or not. Defenses, and we burn him. And then he's freezing. We kind of played one. What was that Fox game we played? It was kind of like a Zelda game. We played Little Fox with a sword. At the same moment, you stand short of the Alphino and Istinian, resolved to lay Lunar Ifrit low. Tunic. Yep, I have a light switch to control my lights. Alright, we're in. Let's go. I wonder if your party depends on what your class is. Like, there's a healer class, a tank class, and since I'm tank, I go this one. Oh, I know what my abilities are. So, make it happen. Slice them up. I'm gonna take them lightly? I don't care. I'm gonna take them lightly. Take my axe. Big hits. Let's kill him.
You're finished.
I think we got this. Barely got it, but we got it. We are fighting on. Don't bother about healing me, just keep the thing alive. Oh, he is, okay, good. Oh, there's a bunch of them. Flash him up. I haven't been using my cooldowns. Whatever. One thing I know what all my buttons do off the bat, so I don't have to worry about it. Smash them. They're too heavy. Can't kill them. They're so too strong. Okay, you got him. Wait. Did it work? I can't tell if it's working or not, but yeah, it is working. I healed the rock. It is time we ended this. Alright, the confluences are good. Ley lines are safe. Did you just want to grab me while this fight was going on? The blue glow going on reminds me of, do you remember those things you see as kids that turned their mouth different colors? Like they turned their tongue blue or green or whatever.
And thus another plan went up in smoke. I am beginning to see why Lord Xenos thinks so highly of you.
But don't we have to guard them forever now? Like, all he has to do is destroy them and we're done.
Not that this changes anything, you understand. You have merely earned yourself a stay of execution.
This is one thing I never understood about, like, villains and stuff. It's like, okay, like, take Pinky and the Brain. Do you guys remember the show Pinky and the Brain? They have this brilliant plan that they figure out, oh, like, if we do this, we'll take over the world. And then Pinky does something stupid that ruins the plan. That doesn't mean the plan is bad. That just means that they failed bad execution. Just try again.
More.
Yeah, it really sounds like a cult, like mind controls people.
How fare the tempered?
We've treated as many as we can, but some were beyond help.
Do not hang your head so, brave scions. Though not all of our captured brethren could be saved, we are grateful for those whose minds have been restored. You could do no more, and that is enough. So please hold your heads high.
Should have been quicker. But I'll do better next time.
Yeah, that all
Thank
the
you for your
Mikote
kind
helmets have
words.
ears.
They mean a lot.
Like, Mikote have special helmets. Headpieces for a lot of them.
A victory at great cost. But a victory nonetheless.
You just don't see it 'cause I don't wear helmets very much.
We must stay strong and press on. Isn't that right?
Brandon Fox. We have Austin Fox. To the very end.
To the very end.
This sounds very ominous. Slow, narrowing the eyebrows. He does look like his cheese. I like this song. The speed of the scroll speed. Let's go faster. Yep, we're gonna check out the artwork in this. When the artwork goes away, we are done, okay? And we'll skip the cutscene. I like. Very nice. That's awesome. I wish we'd seen her fight more. But I mean, she was still kind of learning to fight, so it's understandable. This is a good one. His cards are bent. I don't like that. Yes, please. Hi, kitty. Ardbert, rest in peace. Yep. Another one. That's the real one. The fake one wasn't as messy. I really like the song too. It really gets the energy going. There's the Chais. Is this the same art we saw before? I don't know. Yeah, good. Clearness is good. The fake Ardbert. Oh, nice. I played it for a few minutes yesterday. I got high enough that I considered doing the Dragon Quest. I got my prayer to 37. So I protect from magic, so I could probably take the dragon now. I'm like level 53 combat or something like that, 53, 54. Can probably take on the dragon. With enough food. And I'm still wearing mithril armor, so I don't know. It's okay. I can't believe you died the first week and everybody voted not to restart. I mean, it's been 1 week. We can literally delete the characters and start over. We had like several hours of progress at most. It's too late now. I'll go back, check. Yeah, I'm hoping that Lost Life will remind you to play more carefully now. I dropped a little half health fighting something, but that was just a... I had lots of food on me. The square grapes? I believe you. Apparently that's a meme. Square grapes. I don't know much about it. Someone was talking about it earlier. There's some point where they had grapes somewhere, and the grapes were low res, and so they were square, and people noticed it, and started like it became a thing, and then so they fixed it, and then people got upset because they fixed it. And so they put it back, maybe? I don't know. Yep. Scrapes in stream chat. It's a number between 66 and 68. It means nothing. I'm actually getting warm now. It's getting toasty in here. We're up to in the 40s now. I still have a friend that I sometimes, if I see like 67 in the wild, I'll take a picture of it and send it to her. The moon does look like cheese in that picture. That Gouda that I've been eating is very good. I've eaten half the Gouda now. Yeah, she's popped in here a time or two. I know a lot of people that do that. Yeah, but the younger people don't get it. Okay, I think we're out of pictures, so we skip. Move on. Okay, move on. Okay, there's where we cut. That's a hard cut. And now we are on to the next thing. Skywalker. I liked it. It's my favorite expansion so far. I trust you all enjoyed a comfortable flight aboard the Pride of the Guardian fleet. Lest you worry, the Bonanza has been towed to a nearby location to be retrieved at your convenience. You have thought of everything, Lord Emmerich, and may I say how much I appreciated the hospitality you afforded us on the way home. Think nothing of it. Our destination lay in the same direction, and it afforded me the perfect opportunity to learn how my errant friend has been since last he took his leave. And we still got enough time that I can make some progress in this and have 2 episodes. That seems good. I think we did pretty good. So we get like almost 3 hours of the first and then almost 3 hours of the next. That should be good. Seems we finally found a place to settle down. Humph, I made the group weary of wandering the Far East. Returning to more serious matters, while the Telafroi have been driven from Cartno, it is likely the bulk of their forces yet remain. On the evidence of the Grand Company of Eorz's first joint military operation, however, I'm confident that we have the potential to meet such threats head-on, even without the aid of you and yours. As such, while our forces keep the Telafroi at bay, I would ask that you apply your talents to the task of neutralizing the towers. Yeah. A sensible division of labor. While the towers remain, so too will the threat of the lunar primals. And given our expertise in the field of etherology, we are better qualified to find a solution. That we are, especially since it should happen to lie beyond the Alliance's dominion. There's a time and place for the formal investigations, of course, but certain secrets are one to hide where only enterprising individuals may venture. I cannot agree more. There are none better suited to the task, nor any upon whom I would rather rely. On behalf of the Alliance, I thank you. We look forward to receiving any information you are able to uncover. With that, I must take my leave. Should you have need of assistance, pray do not hesitate to ask. Very well, my friends. Unfortunately, it's close to time to brush, so I'm just gonna like not brush and just try to go for a bit. Cause I still got water, and I don't feel the need to brush right now. So I'm gonna try to press on another 20-30 minutes just to try to make it. I confess I'd hoped I'd be able to study the towers more closely. Find as they plainly are to Telafroi's plans. We can discern their ultimate function if we will be one step closer to understanding our enemy's grand scheme. Should we succeed in neutralizing them, of course, it is all but certain that the Telafroi will mount an all-out invasion. And then it will begin. The one who waits at the heart of this chaos will come for us. For you. Random Fox. Thai Dancer Fox mix. Well, I mean, it's more robes than anything. In the end, our true nemesis may be the calamity to end all calamities, the final days themselves. Yes, alright, Alphino, we need a plan, not portents. As Thancred so eloquently pointed out, we're in a position to seek information from all manner of places, not least Charlian. According to the crowd, the Forum have been more selective than ever of late. While this may be related to the appearance of Slaughterboy, that remains a matter of speculation. But one thing is clear, the Forum is determined to keep us from discovering the truth. Master Fortuno's performance at Lotus Stand was enough to convince me of that. Still cold there? What's going on? Are you outside? At least your phone won't overheat. The matter beareth further investigation. I do heartily concur. Nor can I think of a more promising place to look for the answers we seek on the matter of the towers. Charlian hath ever been a wellspring of ethereal knowledge. Ethereological knowledge. How warm is my phone? It's not that warm at all. It still is doing pretty good. I care not where we go. Here or there, my list will be ready. Alright, that's the spirit. My axe is ready too. What do you think, Kane? Might you be persuaded to join us? An island of bookworms and bureaucrats? Have we no other choice? On course for Charlian. Here, it's time we lay bare the Tlafroy's dark designs. It appears we're in agreement. We have but to wait for Crowd to secure the necessary permissions. Anytime there's a matter, I would investigate. I will say this, so I've been working out a lot more lately. My abs are feeling... I'm somewhat happy with them, most times, unless I've just eaten. In which case, I feel kind of fat. But I showed a friend of mine my abs. And she started grabbing my belly. Like, just feeling them. Because they are quite firm. It's a lot of fun. Appears we're in agreement. We have but to wait for Crowd to secure the necessary permission. In the meantime, it's a matter to investigate. Does it involve tall structures? By strange coincidence, it does. At present, I have only a creeping suspicion, but with your help, I will soon find out whether my fears are warranted. I also broke my lunchbox yesterday. I have friends outside of here. Is that right? Yep. I'm getting there. Also, like, when I was brushing my teeth last night, this is after working out, of course. I was doing the brushy dance, and it was really good. I may have to show you guys the brushy dance when I'm in my outfit, my cosplay outfit. I may have spoiled it. Okay, my abs are visible in one of my cosplay outfits. You have to watch Don Maki for that. That's where I picked it up. It's in the opening credits of Don Maki. He has a scythe. There it is. Wait, is that him? Yeah, it's him.
Those Eorzeans certainly are a stubborn bunch. Though I suppose you knew that already. My plan to redirect the ether from Cartano came to a rather less than satisfactory conclusion. It was, in many respects, an abject failure. Which does, of course, raise the question of where we are going to procure the requisite amount. The obvious solution would be to draw on resources a little closer to home, though that would require our dreamer to dream a trifle more deeply.
So be it. The dreamer will not complain.
Then let us begin the preparations at once. With the gateway of the gods complete, all that remains is to gather the necessary ether, and our prize shall be within reach. The time has come to fulfill your heart's desire! My desire!
That's the name of it.
To relieve those wretched creatures of their meaningless existence!
I was close.
While I await you,
I actually have the books of that one.
I shall drink a sea of souls and gorge myself upon the darkened moon. Then you shall come to me, all roiling rage and rancor. And the stars shall bear witness to our final contest.
Not if I get there first. If it's made of cheese, I'm gonna eat it all. I will eat all the cheese. I love cheese so much. And you wonder why someone sent me cheese for Christmas.
As I thought, the ethereal currents have been disturbed here too.
Exactly.
It was the same in Thanalan. Make that every location we surveyed.
And the strength of each current has diminished dramatically. Far more than could be attributed to a natural occurrence.
What tidings bringest thou from Dravania?
We took a number of readings, and noticed that the closer we were to the tower, the lower the etheric density became. In short,
the tower is sucking up the ether.
The towers are drawing upon the land's ether, which would explain how they were able to carry out the summonings.
That's not good.
Our allies must be informed of this. We should return to the Rising Stones and have Tataru relay our findings to them.
Well, shouldn't the ether come back after we kill the primals? Or is it gone forever? Is there some, like, loss? Like electricity? Someone's lost to heat or something?
Hear me. Hear me. Hear me. Hear me.
Oh, wow. We haven't heard from us.
And with it, the end. The fate of the star is in your hands.
Isn't it always?
Everything all right back there?
That's a gorgeous view. I love that background. At solemn dawn, grim purpose shines and gazes cast toward moonlit sky. Thus does our final curtain rise. Your steps to guide what end betides. Or is this the end of Endwalker? Is that the end of it? Well, which one's the end of Endwalker? Where is it? Or that is which is that the end of Shadowbringers or what? I think that's the end of Shadowbringers, right? Anyway, I'm gonna go brush, okay? I think this is a good place because that feels like the end of Shadowbringers, really.